Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is still Saturday, April 19th, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This is such a beautiful day. It really is. In spite of everything not going my way, this is a beautiful day. And I want to thank God for this. I want to thank God for y'all. I want to thank God for me. I want to thank God for that squirrel over there. What up, squirrel? Somebody said, what up back? Dang. Anyway. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another episode, y'all. When I was younger, when I was a kid, my mom would give me some knowledge, some wisdom, which I didn't understand at the time when I was a child, that was knowledge and wisdom that she was giving me. She would tell me not to do certain things, and I would do it anyway. She would tell me again not to do it. I would do it anyway. And then there would come a time where I would do it again, then I would get skint up. I kept doing what she told me not to do. And the first few times she told me not to do it, I would do it anyway. And nothing would happen, right? So I would get the courage and the whatever you would say, the gumption to keep doing it. She don't know what she's talking about. She older than me, done lived longer than me, got more experience in life than me, but she wrong about this. She don't know what she talking about. See, look, I just did it again, nothing happened. I can't tell you in particular which thing she told me not to do, because she told me so many things not to do that I would still do in a way. And every time, I got the same results. I was insane, as the saying goes, and stands there doing the same thing, expecting different results. I would keep doing stuff she told me not to do. And because the first few times I might have done it with no consequences, I figured she didn't know what she was talking about. Until every time I did something she told me not to do, every time it came back to bite me. And she told me these words that I would never forget. She said, you don't believe ish stink. You know, S-H-I-T. She said, you one of them people, you don't believe ish stink. I gotta be careful about saying S-H-I-T. You don't believe ish stink. But keep on. Just keep right on. And sure enough, lo and behold, whatever she told me not to do, that I did anyway, because I thought I knew better. I thought you couldn't tell me that because I'm smart. See, back then, I was little war the genius. I thought I knew some of all these good grades I'm getting. Miss Nancy, don't you see my report card? Don't you see them grades I just brought home? You think you know something I don't know? What? See, that's how a lot of people are nowadays. They got plenty of education, plenty of book smarts, and you can't tell them nothing. That was me. I had plenty of book smart. Miss Nancy had common sense. Miss Nancy had old folks' wisdom, but she didn't have a whole lot of book smart. Even though she taught me my ABCs when I was 2 years old on an old rotary telephone. I learned my ABCs, we didn't call them alphabet, we call them ABCs. I learned my ABCs. My mom, who I thought didn't have the education I had, taught me my ABCs at 2 years old on a rotary phone. Hold on. And I'm overlooking the fact that these straight A's that I'm making is as a result of that country old lady from Louisville, Mississippi that had to drop out of school because she was a sharecropper and she had to help her parents. But that don't mean she wasn't smart. But I was fooled, like a lot of people are nowadays, fooled by people that don't have the education that they got, that they're not as smart as them. I ain't realized how that Miss Nancy was 1,000 times smarter than me, in spite of my education. So I say that to say this. I'm saying things, trying to school people, trying to teach people stuff that have way more education than me. But I got way more sense than them. I got bought sense. I got earned sense. I got common sense. And common sense nowadays ain't so common, especially amongst the educated folks. So I'm telling y'all, in spite of all your education, and you prepared for whatever might come down the pipe, I'm telling y'all, stop judging people. And lo and behold, last video, we got another one. Talking about people ending up homeless that I showed y'all in the last video about the homeless people. The elderly people that are becoming homeless, the age range now is between 55, 65, whatever, of the new homeless people. Overlooking everything going on. Still want to point fingers, still want to judge and blame it on. That's what you get for living beyond your means. That's what you get for making the wrong decisions. That's what you get for not preparing. That's what happens when you try to keep up with the Joneses. That's what happens when you live beyond your means. I said, okay. And I put in the comment section under that comment, my response was, I said, you're going to have to find out the hard way. See, you got that education. Somebody like me with common sense and life knowledge, life experience, I ain't got all that education you got. You assume that I'm not educated. You assume that I'm not highly intelligent, probably more intelligent than you. I just didn't go to college, but I'm extremely intelligent. Oh, I'm educated, just not in the systems education. Y'all got that system education. Y'all went and learned your biology, your ecology, and your psychology, and all that bullshit. But I got real life. I went to the school of hard knocks. See, I graduated from man school first. I got a little college under my belt. I was a straight A student all throughout high school. Anybody that went to school with me can vouch for that. I just look like this. But I'm very intellectual. I talk country, use slang. I don't use all the pronunciation, whatever you call it, the punctuation. Right, sometimes I use run-on sentences. Don't let that fool you. When I'm trying to tell y'all something that's gonna benefit you in the long run, I'm telling you, watch what you say out your mouth. When you're running around here, talking down on people. When you're running around here, thinking you better than folks, you're making all the right decisions. Because what can happen is, you may have $1 million saved up, $2 million, $3 million saved up. You ready for anything that might happen in this world. You ready. You're not going to end up homeless. I got $3 million saved up. That's them folks that live beyond their means that end up homeless out there, sleeping in the park bench. See, they live beyond their means. That's why. I don't care what Big War say about life happens. It can happen to anybody. No, y'all don't believe that. You believe it only happened to people who just did something wrong. You believe it only happened to people that made the wrong decision, wrong choices. You believe it only happened to people that live beyond their means. See, you don't believe it stink, like my mom told me. I think I'm far enough along in the video now where I can say the word one time. You don't believe shit stink. Somebody got to smear it all in your face before you believe. In other words, you're going to have to fall flat on your face in spite of doing everything you're supposed to do, and you probably still won't believe it then. But you're going to F around and find out. I promise you. Because life hear you. Whatever you say out your mouth, you think you might be in a room by yourself. Nobody can hear you. Life hears you. Everything you say, good or bad. Life can hear you. When you say, that can't happen to me. Life heard you. Life heard you when you were judging other people that's doing the best that they can do. When you were judging other people when they did all they knew to do. And you sitting there judging them. And life see you. Life hear you. Because life know why that person is in the situation they in. Life know that that person did everything they knew to do and end up falling on their ass anyway, because life know that it threw a haymaker at them and knocked them on their ass. Life knew it did them like that. Life knew it wasn't because they was bullshit. Life knew that they on their ass because life did it to them. So now life sitting and hearing you talking about them people that it just knocked on their ass. Life knows that it did them like that. Life knows that it got them sleeping in the park bench. And life just heard you talk about them people like life can't whoop your ass too. So life said, okay, I got me one. I got me a human that think it can defeat me. And I'm undefeated against all humans. We talking about life. Life is undefeated in battle against every human that ever walked the face of the earth. Even Jesus lost to life. He had to give up the ghost and go up to the upper room with his Father who sent him here. Even he didn't defeat life. He defeated death. But he still, at the end, died on the cross. But yet here you, thinking you stronger and mightier than the one who was resurrected come tomorrow, if that's what you believe in. You think you're greater than he that died and rose again. Life got the best of Jesus, even though it was meant to be. He could have defeated life, but my point is he didn't. And he was the Son of God. And here you are, judging other human beings as human just like you because life defeated them. And you think you're ready for life. You ready. You made all the right decisions. You got all your I's dotted, all your T's crossed. You're going to F around and find out. This video is just for you, who's sitting up on your high horse, perched, looking down in the valley at them fools who made the wrong decisions. Look at them fools who are there homeless because they were living beyond their means. You about to find out, my friend, that shit do stink. You about to find out. Because life heard you when you said it would never happen to you. Life heard you when you said you can beat life. You got everything figured out. You got life figured out. Nobody, and I mean nobody, from the beginning to the end have ever had life figured out but the one who created it. Even Jesus on the cross cried out to his Father, "Why hast thou forsaken me?" Life had gotten the best of him. I know you holy roller gonna come on here and say, "Nah, big boy, that ain't right." Did he not say to his Father? Who was he talking to when he said, "Why hast thou forsaken me?" Because even it was getting the best of him to where he had to question and ask God, the Father, "Why have you forsaken me, man? This is too much for me to bear." It had gotten to the point where it was too much for Jesus, to where he had to cry out to his Father and say, "Why hast thou forsaken me?" He even had to sweat blood. He sweated so much, was so worried and afraid that he sweat blood. It's written. Because life put it to him to where even he was praying so hard to where he sweated blood. And here you are as a mere mortal, a human being, thinking you stronger than him? Do a life won't do you like that? Thinking you can sit up and judge other human beings that are having a rough time, having a rough go at it? Talking about they just living beyond their means. They homeless, they broke, they struggling, they ain't got it. They don't know how they're gonna make it. They don't know how they're gonna pay their bills because there was something they did wrong. You just wait. You just wait till life show you. Life lining up right now to come pay you a visit. Everybody who think like that, everybody who's sitting around judging the people who can't pay their bills, everybody who's sitting around judging the people that's homeless now, life about to pay you a visit. I promise you. Life is on the way to show you who you effing with. You think you can whoop life? We gonna see. To everybody else who know better, it's okay. Life is undefeated. You find yourself down and out right now. You find yourself having a rough go at it. Life got the best of you. It's okay. Life is the best of all of us. Even them people who looking down on you, they about to find out too. And you're gonna be able to look at, and then when it end up happening, life, the people that talked about you, talked down on you, life will fix it the way you can see them fall. All of y'all that's talking about folks who done failed, life gonna fix it the way your fall, they're gonna be people to see you fall. Oh, you ain't gonna be able to hide it. You ain't gonna be able to keep it, don't let nobody know I lost my job. Don't let nobody know no, everybody gonna know, cause you talk bad about people who, wasn't doing as good as you with your smart self. I'm gonna get my popcorn ready. I don't play with life. I know life ain't nothing to play with. So I'm pulling up my seat, drop the top, finna go get me some popcorn right around here at the popcorn shop so I can sit back and watch you get your ass whooped by life. When you thought you had it all figured out. You thought you had it made. You thought you ain't have to worry about what that homeless man had to worry about. Cause you ain't do what he did. You ain't do that stupid, but you don't know what he did. You just on the outside looking in, figuring the only way you can end up homeless because you made bad decisions. That's the only way. The only way you can lose everything is because you made bad decisions. You forgot to factor in life and what it can do to you. Life and what it can do to the best of us. You didn't factor that part in. But now you will. You about to find out that shit stink. Get it, got it good. Bye.